Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me for today's Lunch and Learn. I'm Keith Armour. I'm the Education Homework Support Manager down here in the Adult Learning Center at the main library. Today, we're going to do a little preview of our wonderful Discover Summer, which actually starts June the 1st. It's going to start next week, which is unbelievable that it's June already. But it's going to start on June 1st, and it's just such a great program because we put together all sorts of different programs and events, and also a learning app and web resources, and even information about our continuation of summer meals. So we're going to continue to do that program as well. There's a lot to discover during the summer. The program is really developed for children from the babies all the way up to the teenagers. And we have so much there for them to discover, some fun activities, but also some learning activities too, but don't let them know that part. But there's such wonderful things. There's also some activity booklets that a great group of individuals here at the library put together. So we're going to take a look at that and then some activities that are happening around the library. All right, let's take a look.
Well, all right, we've arrived at our website, cincinnatilibrary.org. Now, we're going to go right over here in the blue section over here, and the third one down is called Discover Summer. Let's click on that. And this is going to be available all summer long, but in particularly for June and for July. So our Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library, our Discover Summer program, and there's several things to this. There's get the app, there's download and get your to-go pack. There's programs and events here, there's the learning app, there's web resources, and there's their summer meals. But I just want to take just a moment to highlight the wonderful foundations and the sponsors of this program. And you can click right here and you can view all of the other sponsors that are here as well. So make sure you thank them if you do business with any of them. They're wonderful supporters of our program year in and year out. The very first thing I want to show you with Discover Summer is, of course, it does start next week, June the 1st. But we're going to go right here to get your to-go pack. Click here. These are activity books, and they're going to be available, well, they're available right now to download, but they're going to be available for you to pick up at your local library starting next week on June the 1st. But there's 4 different things here. There's 4 different booklets here, and then there's a pre-K literacy calendar. Let me just click on the pre-K booklet. And it's 24 pages. You can download it. And you can even look at last year's booklet as well. So you could, if you didn't participate in our program last year, I think that's a great feature because it's got even more activities. So you've got more activities with the 21 and the 20 booklet. So you just click here and you'll notice that it opens up to another window and you're downloading the entire 24 pages, and this is pre-K, so it's ages 3 through 5. And it's just such a great mix of all sorts of different activities. Paula, our wonderful executive director, she has an opening message, and then there's all of these other things here. Get free books in the mail by Ohio Imagination Library. I talked about that a couple of weeks ago. We've got a Discovery Pass, so you can check that out, and I'm going to do a future lunch and learn on that. Free meals for kids at select library locations, and then story time in person and online will continue to go. But here's what everybody wants to know about. It's the prizes. And we'll always update, but these are some of the prizes that you could possibly win by participating in the Discover Summer program. But you'll see that there's little activities on each one of these pages. And if you pick up the booklet in person, it's going to look just like this. It's going to give you some really great activities. Here is Dance Like a Bird. So you've got the warm up over here, and then the little Discover More section. So there's a YouTube video where you can dance to a themed story time and listen to a special bird dance playlist here. And you've got Dance Like a Penguin here, Dance Like a Bluebird. And this activity was sponsored by actually the Cincinnati Library. So we've partnered with a lot of organizations throughout Cincinnati, Hamilton County to put these booklets together. Then there's Letter Hunt, and then there's Draw a Picture for a Loved One, and you've got Family Media Planning, and you've got Shape Detective. You can see there's just wonderful sponsors on each one of these pages. And that just is the pre-K book for ages 3 through 5. So if I go back, let's just take a real quick look at the elementary booklet. Once again, you've got the 24 pages for 2021, and then you also have 2020 here as well. So we're going to click on that. And the booklet opens up. You can print these off right now if you'd like. Even though it's not June 1st, you could go ahead and get started. But these are, the elementary is for ages 6 through 12. So if they're in elementary school, these are 9 amazing activities. And you'll see the format is a little bit the same. It talks about Paula's giving us a great message, and then we're talking about our other programs. And don't forget, we also have free Wi-Fi at the library as well. But each of the activities are different. So this is Cincinnati Chicken Clucker, and hopefully we'll all get together and do the chicken dance for Oktoberfest this year. I think it's looking more and more likely. That's sponsored by this UC. And you've got Neighborhood Nature Journal. So you can see there's a lot of activities, and then there's Discover More in each one of the sections. And here, if you're really wild about cicadas, here's a great activity from the Charlie Harper collection on symmetry and art. And you can see all of that. And that's sponsored by the Cincinnati Museum.org. And then there's Cincinnati Observatory, so you can do some alien slime. And you've got a music and emotion. And that's the CSO. And just all sorts of great activities that are just a click away. Let's take a real quick look at the middle school booklet. Once again, 2021 and 2020. So we're going to click on this one. And you'll see the introduction's always going to be about the same for each grade level, but the activities are different here, okay? So you've got the Cincy Neighborhood Music, and then of course the Discover More here, where you can click on, and that's the advantage of downloading it. You don't have to type in these URLs. So if you do pick up a booklet and you see these web addresses, you can just also download the document on your computer and then just go here with your child, or have them go. So this is a middle school. And this is from the Greater Cincinnati STEM Collaborative. And this is the great and not so weird floating egg. And if you haven't done this experiment, I'm telling you, this is a fun, interesting experiment. And then you can even take a picture and share it with our little hashtag at Cincinnati Summer, Cincy Summer on social media. And then there's some more activities here from the STEM Collaborative. And you've got Exhibit Detective, that's from the Art Museum. And you've got Be an Upstander, that's from the Holocaust and Humanities Center, that's down at the Museum Center. And then you've got this great binary code to solve riddles. And that once again is from the Greater Cincinnati STEM Collaborative. Sometimes I want to say STEAM and put arts in there as well. Custom Backyard Biosphere. You can recycle some 2 liters, and that's from Great Parks of Hamilton County. So that's just a look, real quick look at middle school. Then let's take a look at the teen booklet. Once again, 21 and 20. You've got 16 pages from 2020, but we have 24 for 2021. This is the teen booklet. And the covers are always going to look a little bit different to more reflect to that age group. So this is the teen booklet. Same message here because we do want to make sure that everybody knows that this is cincysummer.org where you can find all sorts of different information. But then you have the different activities here. So here's a pop culture nature journal. You've got to be an upstander here. And here's create your own vision board and all sorts of different grow a veggie container garden. I'm really into gardening. Finally got my garden in. So just all sorts of great activities. And one thing that we also put together was a pre-K literacy calendar. If you click here, you'll see the calendar. The calendar is going to be for June and for July. And each day there's a different activity that you can do with your preschooler. That's from ages basically 3 until about 5. But you can see it's all laid out for you. There's the Tuesday Used, a kid-friendly cookbook to help plan a meal. And then you've got one here on the 20th, go outside and march around while singing the Farmer in the Dell. And then there's some other activities for July 2. And remember, you can share your pictures at cincinnatilibrary.org. So those are the booklets. And once again, you can download them, and it has the URLs, those web links already embedded into the document. But you can also pick them up starting next Tuesday, June the 1st, at any of our branch locations. Now, on this page as well, you've got cool summer reads. They've broken them down into fiction, and then you've got nonfiction. You've got some science fun. It's always good to get the kids involved in some science. You've got international here, and speaking of cookbooks right there, some good cookbooks. And then you also have mystery here. And it's always fun to get kids involved in mysteries. I remember I loved Encyclopedia Brown when I was growing up, and to discover and do some reading during the summer. So I'm going to go back. Let's go right back up here. And we're going to go into programs and events. So if I click here, what we've done is taken our summer programs and events and put them on one page. So you've got a wonderful story time here. I think this is Miss Charlotte that is over at Pleasant Ridge, I do believe. And you've got all sorts of, you've got learning from home here. You've got Don't Worry. I love this video. It's basically just don't worry. Just get in there and enjoy yourself during the summer and get some learning done. But there's always going to be some activities here. There's an outdoor craft, Chalk the Walk, and Great Park Story Time. And then, of course, Discover Giant Games. So there's going to be more events here. So you want to periodically check that page as well. So I'm going to go back one. And then there's the Learning app. If you click right here, it's a totally free learning app. It's called Beanstack. And it can track your time spent reading or learning. You can write book reviews for your neighbors, and you can even earn badges based on the activities you've completed. Now, it works on iOS for iPad and iPhone type devices, Apple devices, and also Android devices. It's totally free. It's very easy, and how to use Beanstack, you can even use it on your computer as well. And this is just a great way. What we've done is we have the summer learning app with activities that coordinate with your summer activity books. So you pick up a summer activity book or you download an activity book, and you even use Beanstack to keep track of every piece of information as well. Great free resource to get you going. and wonderful web resources here. And it's Discover Summer, and a lot of us are rediscovering our city, especially since we're not doing as much travel. But here is Discover Your Community wherever you are. All of these organizations have done such a wonderful job in so many decades. But here are some activities, and all you have to do is click on each one of these, and you can go to their website to learn what they're doing as well. And remember, I think all of these organizations contributed to our activity books. I'm almost 100% sure. Okay, and we've also divided them up by groups. So here's pre-K. So here's resources for just pre-K. If you want to look at the web sources there, and I clicked on the wrong thing. Sorry about that. That sometimes happens. And you can go to school age, and you'll see some activities right down here that are for school age, where you can discover creativity, and you click on each one, and there's another section that opens up. This is interactive learning here, and discover fun games. And you'll notice PBS, these are sites that have either very, very limited advertising or no advertising at all. All right. And then the last thing I want to point out is our summer meal program. We've been, oh, that's not active yet. All right, let me go back to the main page. Let me just go right here to Discover Summer, and click right here to the main page. And these are our meal service programs. Now, we're still doing the ones next week. We are doing them, we are closed on May the 31st, but we're going to have our meal delivery program on Tuesday, June the 1st. And we're going to continue to use these locations to provide meals throughout the summer as well. So if you know any children that need a meal, make sure you let them know and their families know that the library, and there's all sorts of other organizations throughout the city and throughout the county that we're providing them as well. But those are some locations that have them. All right. So that is Discover Summer. You can already start getting busy. You can get a to-go pack, download it, and then next Tuesday, actually pick up your activity book at your neighborhood branch. And no library card required. I really suggest you always get a library card, but you don't even have to. It's totally free. And then you can download the app that will help organize all of your information as well. So we're running out of time, so definitely check that out. I'm going to be promoting this probably throughout the summer because we want to keep all of the kids and all the teens, all of them actively involved in just a few activities every day, just to keep them engaged and keep them on the path of academic success. All right, let's go to events. And the outside earlier this week was pretty bad, but this weekend looks pretty good. Well, tomorrow we've got outdoor story walk over at Hyde Park. You've got an outdoor story time over in Westwood. You've got over in Springfield Township Arts Center, they're doing a lunch book storytelling series. There's the Creative Writing Club that's going on. Oh, the registration is closed on there. There's Hyde Park again with the story walks. And you're going to see more and more story walks throughout the summer. There is one of our last seed swaps, and it's happening at Harrison. And remember that you need to bring your plant or your seeds in a container. And please, please, please label the plants or the seeds as best you can with any information. And they should be pest-free. You can wear a mask. You don't have to wear a mask now, but we're just asking people, it'd be great if you did. And we're going to do some social distancing at Harrison as well. That's this Saturday from 1 until 3. A great time to swap out some plants and some seeds and maybe get a new plant along the way. Now, I'm going to scroll down just a little bit more. There's cards of kindness. And let me show you one more that I wanted. Look at all these wonderful Here's Loveland. I was having a story time, a virtual story time through. We're still going to do some virtual story times, but we're also going to try to do some more in person. And then I love this one. This is Escape Room, Escape the Library. And this is from June the 1st through June the 30th. Can you escape the Sims Township Library branch? Put your puzzle solving skills to the test in our virtual escape room. Work on your own or with a group. And so you just access it right here by clicking that. And it's for all ages. So that's a great inside activity. And sometimes you need that. These activity books, I do want to point out one more thing. These activity books are perfect for a car trip. If you're going on a car trip, these are absolutely perfect books, but they're also wonderful books to keep your children and your teens active throughout the summer. Once again, the way you get there is go to our wonderful website, cincinnatilibrary.org. Go over to the blue section, click on Discover Summer, and all of the activities and all the information I just shared are right there. Let me click out, tell you a few more things, and we'll call it a day.
Well, all right, that was our preview for Discover Summer, which actually starts June the 1st. However, there's some things that you can already start doing. You can go ahead and download that learning app, which is Beanstack. It's totally free. You can use it for Android and also Apple products. And then you can also download the booklets. And the booklets are for pre-K, elementary, middle school, and teen. And there is even a pre-K literacy calendar for June and July, so you can keep everyone engaged during the summer. Also, don't forget about the wonderful programs that are going on and those web resources we put together, and of course our collection of materials, things that if you're going on a trip, you can download those materials for a car trip and keep the kids engaged and keep yourself engaged as well using some of our downloadable materials. Also, don't forget about the outdoor story walks and story times that are going on throughout our system. And one of the last plant and seed swaps that's happening this Saturday from 1 to 3 at Harrison. So you might want to check that out. Make sure you bring your plants and label them. That's always a good thing to do. And then, of course, all of our branches, once again, will be closed in observance for Memorial Day. And we usually do our food distribution, our free meals on Monday. That's just scheduled now for Tuesday. So there's a lot to discover this summer. I think everyone is getting very enthusiastic about summer, but we also want to keep our kids and our families engaged, and the Discover Summer program will do that. So meet me here next week for another Lunch and Learn. All right. You have a good Memorial Day and stay safe.